Looking fucking juicy.
Who's looking juicy?
Oh, I'm on camera.
I'm so in love with you. You got me down again.
How's your week been? You'll find that your energy is still pretty low, and you sometimes find it even more difficult in regards to your energy and hunger. And then that way you get a super nice long off season, and then you're dieting at the same time for 2 different shows. What's up, you guys? Welcome to today's video. Saturday, we're gonna go have a little bit of fun, go on a hike later, and then we're going for dinner, getting some pizza, and then I'm gonna work tonight. Because sometimes you gotta have some fun, right? With this guy. Boost, say what's up.
Looking fucking juicy.
Who's looking juicy?
Oh, I'm on camera. Looking juicy in the mirror.
So we out here at the ancient rainforest. Insert Kyle's cool montage in 3, 2, 1. Come here. Did you have a nap? Are you tired? Huh? Are you tired after your stroll? Crazy day today, you guys. A lot different than last Saturday. I think it's all just kind of about finding balance. And this weekend, it's kind of spending some time with friends and family before we take off. So we're about to go for dinner right now at Butella Burnings with my cousins, and it's gonna be fun. I haven't seen them in a while, so I kind of already know what I want. No, they do not have the macros available, but I'm using the macros for the margarita pizza that we get at Earl's. 21 fat, 95 carb, and 21 protein. I've just been kind of saving up my macros throughout the day to allow me to be able to fit that in tonight. So all about balance.
I'm so in love with you. You got me down again.
I didn't end up filming anything when we went out for dinner just because I wanted to enjoy our time that we had with our family. We haven't seen them in a while, so it was a nice visit. And then we went to Menchie's after, got some froyo, which was amazing. And then Kyle and I honestly came home and we did some work that we were kind of behind on for the day, probably till maybe 1, I think, in the morning. So it was a little bit of a different day yesterday. It was a nice change to just go see a bunch of people now that our move is out, everybody knows, and we only have a little bit of time to kind of say goodbye to everybody. I mean, we're gonna be back. Our family lives here, so we're gonna be back quite a bit to visit and everything like that. But still, it's a big change, so we're pretty excited. But something I wanted to quickly discuss, because it's that time of year where it's very, very, very difficult to kind of stay on a fitness regimen or even like a fat loss phase at this point right now. And I know a lot of people struggle, so I just thought I'd give you guys just maybe a couple of tips to kind of help you a little bit, give you even more flexibility that you might need, and to maybe just try to enjoy yourself a little bit. So depending on your goals, I mean, obviously you want to adjust these tips based on what you're trying to achieve. Obviously, if you're in competition prep, you know what? Sorry to say it, but your summer's gonna suck because you have to be 100% on point. But say you just want to lose a couple of pounds, you have to ask yourself if it's worth it to continue dieting at this point right now if your adherence isn't there. So if you can't adhere to your program and you're in a caloric deficit at this point right now, you have to ask yourself, is it worth it to continue to be in a caloric deficit because you're unable to adhere to the program, and all you're going to do is maybe end up binging on the weekend, you make yourself feel guilty, you gain all the weight back, and it's just kind of like a vicious cycle. So it doesn't seem worth it. So if you find that this is you, I honestly just recommend maybe bringing up your calories to maintenance levels, or trying to maybe restrict yourself a little bit more during the week and giving yourself a lot more macros to play with on the weekend, so you can still track and everything like that, but you have more macros to play with that you're able to actually stay within them to some degree, versus being in a significant caloric deficit to the point where you don't really have a lot of macros to play with in order to enjoy yourself, especially if you're going out with friends and family. Maybe you're going camping, having a few drinks, you're going over and you don't really know what's being served and stuff like that. I think you have to ask yourself that, and then once you're able to determine if you're able to adhere to the program or not, then I think you need to actually be okay and accept the fact that you're either going to maintain weight or you're going to see the scale go up just a little bit throughout the summer. A little bit of weight fluctuations is totally normal. I mean, you get more glycogen stored, your sodium is going up and stuff like that, to the point where you are going to see the scale go up a little bit, but that doesn't mean that you failed. It just means that you're kind of restoring your hormones a little bit, and in order to do that, you do have to gain back some body fat. So if you're able to still be consistent with your macros, don't go into, for lack of a better term, where you just say, screw it, I'm going to enjoy myself this summer and I'll get back on it in the fall. No, you still need to have structure in your life throughout the summer. You want to be as consistent as possible because our metabolisms crave consistency. So by you consistently hitting your calories when you're either in a caloric surplus or you're at your maintenance levels, you're going to increase your metabolic capacity, your metabolic rate, so that you have a successful fat loss phase later on, maybe in the fall, maybe in the new year, whatever time frame works for you and your schedule. But by going into like a what the hell kind of attitude, you're not doing your metabolism any good, because there are going to be days where you significantly overeat, and then there are going to be days where you significantly undereat, and it's just going to ultimately, like, to break it down, it's going to confuse your metabolism. I hope that kind of helps you out a little bit to give you some flexibility and guidance throughout the summer. I'm going to discuss in another video, because this one's getting a little long, kind of some tips and ideas of what you can do when you go out to friends and family and you don't really know what food's there and you don't really know how to track. So I'll probably put that in my next video, but for right now, some homework for you guys essentially is to decide whether it's realistic to adhere to whatever program you are on right now. If you're in a fat loss stage right now and you have lots of events coming up, you like going camping, going out with friends and family throughout the summer, is it really worth it to continue kind of suffering and being in a caloric deficit when you really don't think that you can adhere to it? Ask yourself that over the next couple of days and decide whether it is important to continue dieting, or maybe if it's time for a break and to give your metabolism some time to speed back up so you can pick things back off after the summer. So let me know down below, you guys. I'm curious as to what your guys' plans are this summer. So I'm gonna end the video right here. Thanks for watching, you guys. Make sure you like, comment, and you subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.